Sunnyside Live 63 is coming at you now.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Keep your gait a bit pat, and your troubles with no slow step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street.
We got the Duck's Breath Mystery Theater discussion in the grand finale right before they do the More Than a Box final show. We got Dan Coffey doing a story about that picture right there. Funny story about that picture. That's what he does with coffee stories. And we got the funniest Sterling Delzell. Funny Sterling, every Sterling is funny, but this one is my fave. And it's coming today here on Sunnyside.
With those blues on parade,
not many left till we take our break, but we're starting again in 2024. Monday, January 1st. Season 2. But right now,
just direct your feet.
This is season 1. Let's concentrate, Bill.
Over all this. On the sunny side of the street.
Welcome. We don't have time to talk because there's so much great video. Let's get right to the Queen. What's the joke today, Queen? What happened to the milk that crossed the road? I don't know. What happened to the milk that crossed the road? It got creamed. Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense. It's cows give us milk, and so that can be made into cream. Shut up! I will. That's what I'm doing today. I'm shutting up. Let's get over there. See the Ducks talking about their last performance of Ducks Breath Mystery Theater. More Than a Box. And I'm in there too. Hillary
My
Carberry.
roommate in college, Bob Rucker, had an idea. And
Visuals.
I think he said, here's an idea that you guys could do something with. Called More Than a Box, and just a thing about how, one of those K-Tel, that's another reference that nobody understands now, K-Tel. K-Tel Productions used to make all this crap, this is a can opener, a K-Tel can opener, it does this, it does that, it does this, it's blah, 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 blah. It's just a can opener. And they still have similar things, but K-Tel was a really big company. And Bob had this idea that this K-Tel did a thing about a box. And it was just a box. But we worked on it. We made it a bit, so Rucker doesn't get any money or anything from us. Or I'm giving you a little tip of the hat, but that's all. That's all he's getting.
Jim just stole it. And but Bob never sued us. So, and he was in the audience that night, so he might be bitter. He might still sue us. I don't know, but I don't know what he'd get out of it.
Jim walked into a room and said, hey, let's jump around in this box.
It's a good bit, and it's very high energy. It almost killed us that last show. I mean, it seriously almost killed us.
Hi. I'm married now. And I got a wife, and a kid, and a couple cute little hamsters, real furry little guys. And I work downtown at the insurance exchange, and I got this box at the ANP. I thought it was a perfectly ordinary box, so I just threw it down in the basement, forgot about it. And I went to work, and I came home from work early one day, and my kid was sitting on the box watching the TV set.
Oh, I I forgot that. It has the beginning of More Than a Box in there. What was I doing? I made Grand Finale, the film about the last performance that my son Richard and I did, and then I put it in sequences because I thought that would be easier to see, and it's just confusing. But it works good for this. So, coffee stories. Let's get over there.
Some people are born with unsightly teeth, and until modern dentistry, there was little we could do for them.
But now we can teach them to drool a little bit less, brush their teeth a few times a month, and generally join the human race.
In severe cases, this is, of course, not possible.
Okay. This is it. This is, I think this is the funniest. I think it's almost, it might be almost 5 minutes long, but I think this is fabulous. And this was Sterling. We're shooting 13 episodes, and Merle wrote 14. And so we did it one shooting day. Jim, amazing with the monitor. I mean, with the teleprompter and everything. And then he did this and knocked me off my rocker. Yes, sir. Okay, Jim, take it away.
It's a talk show. Join the fun.
I thought I'd share with you a rather heartwarming story I found on the internet. It's about a woman in uniform on an airplane taking a nap and what happens to her. And I'll just scroll through it and read it to you, like an uncle visiting for the holiday. It starts out with a teaser. Sleeping on a plane in her uniform. Little did she know she would have good reason to crib on board. The legroom was cramped.
Crib on board?
It must be a typo. Okay. The flights appeared to be comfy and something grand to everyone. But those who travel only understand the struggles of traveling in economy class, especially when it's a long journey. This was the foremost reason at which the woman was annoyed, and then included a picture of an airplane row.
Wait, is there a picture of an airplane row?
No, it's just that sentence. That's not even a sentence, really.
Okay.
Her training camp had taken a toll over her veins. She was dead tired, and her body cramps were making her health even poor. And now she would have to bear a long flight to the U.S., and her jet lag would take again over. However, she had no idea it was all a start to an unexpected day.
What about her veins, though? What was wrong with them?
I don't know. There's a button here that says next. Okay. You have to click on it to get to the next part of the story.
Okay.
Those of you who travel often must be aware of what a jet lag is, the temporary sleep disorder which is caused due to traveling in different time zones. The woman had a similar experience. An aching body followed with a disturbed sleeping pattern had already spoiled her mood, and then a man overboard asked her to get up from her seat only.
Her seat only? How could she get up from more than one seat?
I think this story was written by somebody for whom English was a second language. I mean, nice they made the effort, though. Next. Though it was a usual sunny day, it appears to be typically bad for this woman. Maybe she was in a bad mood, or maybe she had ended up in an argument with someone that has ruined her mood. A bad start to your day has the potential to destroy your entire day, and something similar was happening to her. Next. Now we're flashing back to how she got in this situation. Thankfully, the counters at the security check were comparatively free. The woman kept her cell phone and handbag in the box and moved forward for the body scan. She collected her stuff and was glad that at last she was heading towards the waiting area. What she could not see was that she was not only heading to the waiting area, but also to the man who would ask her to move from her own seat.
Why are we jumping all around like this?
Well, there's stock footage of nice-looking people waiting in security lines. I guess they had to use that somewhere. Next, people who have spent extra money for the business class and executive class tickets also share a privilege with military officers. Military officers and both the higher class passengers are seated first in the flight. If a military person has paid more to fly in the special class, he would share the space with them, or else he'll sit in economy class prior to fellow passengers, and then comes that man. God, that was a lot of information for no reason. And there's a picture of a woman looking at something.
Maybe the man.
Yeah, maybe. Next. Oh, okay, we're back to the story. The trainee immediately dozed off in the flight. The man walked all the way from the business class to the economy class for this woman. What was making him do so? Why did he make an effort like this one? The woman who just went to sleep was disturbed yet again, and one could make out how angry she must have been by now.
This is crazy.
There's a picture of a bunch of people walking in a terminal. They don't look angry, I must say. Yeah. Next, okay, another flashback to her childhood, I think. Pictures of horses. Next, basic training, people doing sit-ups. Next, now she's awake and irritated on the plane. Picture of a woman on a plane reading a magazine. Back to the story. The man explains the entire situation to the military trainee. He says that as she was a military officer who had been working hard for this nation and country, she deserved more rest. And that is why the man would be obliged if she accepts his business class ticket as a thank you gesture for the hard work she does for the safety of people. The woman was completely amazed at the words that followed this man's mouth. She had never expected that someone would offer his privileged seat to her just because she is in a particular profession. His act made her speechless, and she did not have much to say to him. Next, for the first time ever, I'm revealing Jeff's investment strategy.
What?
Yeah, it looks like that's it for the story. Oh, wait, next. Okay, blah, blah. She goes, takes his seat. He takes hers, and then somebody across the aisle who overheard the whole thing buys him a sandwich as a reward.
Where do you buy a sandwich on an airplane?
From the flight attendant, the stewardess.
I thought lunches were free.
Not anymore, unless you're in first class or business class.
So he gets a free lunch. He didn't really give up anything.
She gets a free lunch, too, in business class, unless he got one before he gave up his seat, in which case he gets 2 lunches for nothing.
So she was exhausted, fast asleep, catching up on her Z's, then some rando comes over, wakes her up, tells her she has to leave her seat. Why didn't he just let her sleep? That would have been a real gift to our armed forces.
Well, I thought it was a cute story, weirdly written.
Like a Russian wrote it.
Yeah, maybe it's a Russian disinformation, trying to make airlines feel guilty enough to give free business class tickets to veterans, and that would bankrupt the airlines and ruin the country.
So it's not even a true story.
Yeah, probably not. Like a fable, a fairy fable, a fairy tale, a feel-good parable for these feel-bad times.
You even charge for luggage now.
Who does?
They all do. Yeah, I read a one like that about puppies. It was a puppy mystery. You click and pages, and then you find out they weren't puppies at all. They were baby foxes.
I read that one too. They were baby possums.
I thought they were foxes.
Possums. Creepy baby possums.
Enter the longitude and latitude of your digital device. Make sure your mic is working. Webcam, if you got it, speakers on. Choose a username and password. Also product code. Lowercase HRDUFF, uppercase Q, 317, uppercase M, ampersand, asterisk, comma. Hit send. You're golden. You're good to go.
I forgot. That was a dialogue. That was Merle and Jim working together. Fantastic. Of course, it takes a certain kind of person to like that kind of humor. But that's the kind of humor I like. And that's the kind of audience we're building an audience for. And I'm so glad that you are one of those people that likes this kind of humor. And that's it for show 63.